There's a white thing. It's not, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna pretend I don't see it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pretend I don't. Man, that annoys me. That's my fucking green screen tripping balls. It's like there's this little white dot right behind me over my left shoulder, and I can see it in the camera. It's right there, but
Nope,
it's
it's gotta annoy you, man. It's gotta annoy you.
it's like right there. If that's like, I don't
It's
even.
part of the charm.
Exactly.
Can I push? See if I
Also,
can.
just a warning, in about an hour, my brother's gonna be up for work and leaving, so if you hear, like, him in the background, it's just a
No.
warning.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah, because he's not quiet when he leaves for work.
Oh.
Because he works overnight. Like, he works from, like, 10 at night till about 6 in the morning.
And also, you might pull up the, if you can pull up the chat, the Twitch chat, be a good idea because people tend to. Where? There it is. Pop out chat. Thank you. I was looking for that. All right. Finally. Damn. That was ridiculous. 15 minutes late. I hate being late to anything. That aggravates me. Just.
Amen.
Amen.
Me too.
Man.
Being late sucks.
Show up late for anything, and you're just like, man, now I'm behind. The rest of your day is behind. At least it's the end of the day when we're late here, because now everything's fine. Can't be late to anything now.
That's true.
Yeah. Thanks, Marcel. Went and got it done today. Yes. Look fucking sexier than usual.
Than usual.
But, oh my gosh, Marcel. All right. On the. Okay. All right. We've got Echo with us today.
Yes.
We've got. Okay, so how do you pronounce it?
Give me a second, I'm not gonna hear you guys for a second. Hold on.
It's
God, no.
It's Lacey over there. Oh, look at that! I dive behind the artwork. And then to the top corner opposite me, we have Turtle.
Hey.
All right. Week 2. Week 1 was a success.
I'm finally here now.
Week 1 was a success. We did well. We had a little trouble fighting YouTube and Rooster Teeth over getting the damn podcast up on YouTube. But if they keep this up, they're gonna have to watch every one of our damn podcasts every week. Because if YouTube keeps pinging our podcast for copyright, I'm gonna keep disputing it, and Rooster Teeth themselves has to fucking respond to it. So they're gonna get to see this, and you know what? They're gonna see me talking shit right there, and they're probably gonna pull this video down. Damn, we love you guys. Don't pull down the video. Shit.
And also, I just want to point out there was a question.
No, they
so
deserve to watch us every week, guys.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. Be good, Raven. Okay, also, this artwork we hear, festive. This is the podcast before Christmas. Merry Christmas. Anybody celebrate Christmas? Happy whatever else anybody else celebrates. Hanukkah or... That's about all I know. I'm not trying to be an ass. I can't think of anything off the top of my head now.
Kwanzaa.
Does anybody remember that damn commercial that was Happy Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, or whatever from like 8 years ago?
No.
It was a commercial for like a cell phone company or something, and it was this guy that would walk through, and it was all like they took like the handful of biggest religions in the world and their festive holiday and jumbled it up into like one giant word, and it was ridiculous.
Festivus?
I don't remember. God. Yeah, but anyways, back to RWBY. So everybody saw the new episode, and
Yeah.
that
Absolutely.
obviously pinged back to some of our some of the conversation from last week where we had
Yeah,
the talk of
last
Ilya.
week. Yeah, I was gonna say last week you were literally talking about how we were hoping that she would get, she would come to the good side and be redeemed and all that stuff, and then happened this week.
Yep, pretty kicked off pretty quick, and so it was. Needless to say, it seemed okay. The fight scenes and everything were a lot of fun this week. They
The return of
yeah,
gunchucks was the
Yes, I
best.
can't wait.
yeah.
Oh my god, that was the best.
That was arguably the best part of this episode was the gunchucks. Just
And
that whole just
man,
it was amazing.
Honestly, I loved Collie in the episode.
She was good. That was just great. She decks a dude with a fucking she decks him with a tray.
Do not best with Bella Mama.
hey,
That-
it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely the way to do it. But yeah,
Exactly.
that was just wonderful. She just straight up decks him with a tray, and then all the fighting's over, and she walks in through the door. Her timing was impeccable. It really was. But
You know, people were complaining. Actually, I saw. I forgot where I read it, but the fact that she actually became like a good guy. I already forgot. Ilya, she became a good guy. People were like, that's so cliche. Why did it happen so quickly? I thought there'd be a bigger bombastic like scene for it, but I think they handled it pretty well, to be honest. I don't know about you guys.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know what happened. There was an ad that popped up in the Twitch video. I apologize.
Oh,
No problem.
yeah, that happens. Yeah, if you're on a computer, you can actually pull the you can pop out the Twitch chat. Fun fact, because I can look at the Twitch chat without having to worry about accidentally causing an echo for myself. It's great. But yeah, I did. It did seem like the whole build up to Ilya did seem like she transferred from good to bad relatively quick. I mean, it seems like there could have been a little more behind the
Well,
time
I
frame,
guess it's
but
also because of her strong feelings for Blake.
That too. Yeah.
it's like I think what it seemed like they were upset about was was just how quickly we went from Ilya trying to kill Blake to Ilya siding with Blake, like just the time it takes to flip a coin, all of a sudden she flips sides, and it's like, But
But
I
at
mean,
the
I
end,
think they did
honestly,
well.
I think so too. They also did that thing where everyone just doesn't matter that she was a bad guy before. It doesn't matter that she wanted to kill them. They're like, oh, we forgive you. It's cool.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean
I don't know.
that guard was like, really? You're really gonna do that? And a lot of people, I could see them siding with the guard, like, really, bitch? It's like she just tried to kill you. She just tried to kill everybody you know. Really, you're gonna?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I mean, gotta say she's more forgiving than 99.99% of any population anywhere.
Well, I think that she could probably tell that Ilya was very conflicted throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
As we all could tell. She was very conflicted, but still, just to flop sides like that, I would never trust somebody like that.
Mm-mm.
I actually made my D&D group very mad for killing somebody because I didn't trust them like that.
Oh my gosh. Nope, I'm avoiding D&D right now. Almost went on a rant. I almost had there's an issue that caused a very severe trust quarrel within our group. It was great though. It was the best thing I ever did. But with Ilya, do you think that we didn't get quite the dramatic change of her side? It went from her getting up Blake's ass, kicking her ass, and then getting beat by Sun, and then she just did nothing until till the end. Like she had a chance to stand against the Foxes. I can't remember their names ever.
Finnick and
Finnick.
Corsic.
Yeah, them.
Yeah.
Like she granted she didn't side with them, but she also didn't blatantly go against them. She just kind of stood there like the conflict point, and even then it kind of seems like she just literally had her life saved by someone she was just trying to kill, and she just stands there when I don't remember which one went to go stab him. But granted, plot Blake's, but I think we could have seen a more drastic change if she would have helped, rather than Blake yanking her dad out with her weapon. If she would have actually gone in there and helped out and got him out. But at the same time,
Well, hard to say if she actually went in to help and save Jira.
Yeah.
By the way, I am so glad that Heath survived. I was very afraid that he would die.
Not just you. Everyone thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
I have to agree. I thought Jira was going to die, and I got very sad just thinking about it.
After last week's episode, I was really looking forward to maybe seeing a little bit more of Gira and Sun fighting side by side. So I was a little disappointed that we did not get to see more of that, but I'm very glad that they both survived.
Yeah, and with the theory that Satori brought up, it gave a little more credibility to the chance of Gira getting killed because Blake's mom, Kali, is rumored to be based in a Kali. Kali is the Hindu goddess. Where's Satori at? Come on, pick me up, dude. I know you're here. But basically, what he brought up during our test stream was that Kali, her husband dies and she goes on a murder spree. So.
Oh, I didn't actually know that. I didn't even know if she was based off anything specifically.
Well, that's at least the theory with Kali right now, is because Kali, the only thing we have in that, because they always base everything off of something we have in our world.
True.
Kali, I believe. Where's Satori at? He would have all this info like that in the chat. He needs to get over here. But I believe he says she was a Hindu goddess who. Her husband dies and she goes on an onslaught, essentially, and so we were kind of like.
But it's nice to see Sun and Gira working together finally.
Yeah, he's not just staring him down anymore.
But he did tell him to shut up.
At Sun.
Yeah.
Saved his butt is what happened.
Yeah, definitely.
It was like bound to happen at some point.
I'm sorry. A lot of people talk trash about Sun, that he's just a throwaway character and that without Blake he's nothing, but I love Sun. He is so badass.
Awesome. Are you kidding me?
Thank you. Yes. Like, I would love to see more Sun.
Honestly, me too. He's actually one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
Exactly.
I mean, he doesn't have a character arc, but I mean, he is who he is, and it's fucking awesome. We don't have to see a huge character arc out of him. We know who he is. He likes his friends. He'll do anything for them. He's fun, quick-witted, kind of doofy, can fight like him up. But yeah, it's awesome.
Has an ego and is very suave.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I mean, up against Neptune though. I mean, really. If the only thing put Neptune is the water. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and dancing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Neptune's like really cool, like in that is his persona, but Sun is just badass in general. Like, when he was getting ready to catch Blake as she's falling through the air, and he got that little smirk on his face. He was like, "Yeah, I'm a badass. I got you."
Yeah,
but that's just the part of Sun's personality that I love so much. He's like, "Yeah, I'm the knight in shining armor because I'm awesome."
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Watch me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
But
where Neptune kind of seems more like it's a built facade.
Yeah, Neptune definitely seems obviously more like a throwaway character. We only saw him for 3 episodes and haven't heard a word of him since.
Well, I mean, there's also
Exactly.
the other two team members from that team that we'll probably never ever see again.
Nope, never. Anybody have
I
hopes
don't
that we'll
even
see?
remember their names.
Yeah, no.
Stage and Scarlet.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, they were probably just made for the Vital Festival, and that was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but what's the over under y'all think of us seeing Coco or lost the name? Gosh,
Velvet?
yes.
But oh yeah.
Yeah, any of their team. You think we'll see any of them this volume or next?
I think we will.
You do?
I don't
I
know if
really
it'll
don't
be
think so.
this volume. I think if we do, it might be next volume, maybe.
Agreed, yeah.
If we do. I don't see this volume actually even getting to the attack on Haven.
But where
Like,
do
I
you
don't
think
see
we
us
would see
actually
them?
getting that way.
Velvet. Yeah, Velvet. Velvet by far is hands down
Well,
the most
no,
adorable.
it's only supposed to build up towards that, not actually be the attack of Haven at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, but that's when I think if we do see them, that would be the logical time for them to return.
would be during that attack. Do we
Yeah.
remember what kingdom they're from? Because I mean, each. Do we even have that
Yeah.
information?
Huh.
No,
Let's
I
see.
just thought about that. Like, let us access the Google.
That's what I was doing.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
then
same.
well, then I'll let y'all access the Google so we don't have four people just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But yeah, no, Marcel, it's probably gonna end up on a cliffhanger. Like Vale. Oh, Kato says they're from Vale.
Vale. Oh.
So
Huh.
we may not see them at all during this attack. Then
I think that's probably the case. I can't really imagine where they would be. How would they come into the picture?
yeah, they would just be at Vale. I mean, you know, you're going to school one place and everything goes to hell. You're just gonna go back home and go do what you can do at home. So
True.
but obviously that leaves it open for if an attack on Vale goes down, which it probably will. They'll
Yeah.
we'll probably see them during that. So there'll be a little reunion of all that, and hopefully we'll get to see more of Velvet's awesome box.
Awesome box.
That's all it is. It's just an awesome box. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. It's the best backpack box thing ever.
You know, as little screen time, I guess you would say, as Velvet has, she instantly became both my son and my nephew's favorite character the minute they saw her. Not
Maybe
even
because of her
sure why.
accent.
It might be, but she was an immediate favorite with both of them.
Is Kato? Is her box really called Pandora's box? Don't tell me
I
that's
have
what
never
it's
heard
really
that
called.
somewhere.
Please don't tell me that's the actual name of it. If that's the actual name of it, I'm scared of her box now. I don't want her to ever touch it again. Yeah, no, don't touch Pandora's box. I've done played enough Tomb Raider to know better than that. Okay, good. It's not. Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay. Marcel says
What's it
it's not.
called?
I don't know. Someone find the name of the box. We must know this information. Yeah, Pandora's box is Kato's nickname for it. Okay, good.
Oh, okay.
Don't scare me like that.
It just says weapon is called light copies. Or that's what it is.
What? Ah, man, that's cheesy. No
Like
official
copy.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no official name. I guess they never got into the official names for it. That's kind of a bummer. Whatever, it is what it is. But so the big controversy going in the RWBY family page is this is so annoying. It's an image of Blake pointing at the fire and everything going on. I'm pretty sure all of y'all saw this if you logged on to Facebook at one
Yes.
point in time. And it says, this is what they did. No, wait, this is what I did. And I'm going to lie about it for propaganda. 100% that is not the case. And whoever posted that on Facebook can shove it. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean,
she was
yes,
not referring to
she
the fire. She was referring to the attack and attempted assassination of her and her family. Get that through your head. Damn, that
Exactly.
pisses me
You're
off.
all right.
exactly.
God, it's just so annoying because there were some people who were like, yeah, it's just propaganda. I'm like, you people are stupid. She's not talking about the fire. She's talking about the attack. It just so happens that there's fire back there. God, there's so many. Yeah, like Marcel says, there's just shit posters on that page. It's like, you're like, stop it. That is bait. That is easily some of the biggest bait. But I mean, we get there's obviously a bait post every week, so that's not new.
Oh my ear.
But with with
What was that?
the Lionheart and Raven little squabble at the end.
Honestly, with Raven, I think what's gonna happen is she's gonna steal the relic when she gets the chance, and she's gonna end up eventually helping Osmond, whether she likes it or not.
I really see where Raven is coming from in a lot of what she does, but the more that I see her, the more I don't really care too much for her.
I mean, even though
And
she's
it's
a
sad.
total bad person in a way, I absolutely love her. Actually,
Yeah, same.
Actually, you want to know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that like her disappearing and all of this wasn't really her whole choice, so to speak. I kind of see it as a ploy. She gets mad and she like leaves Ozpin and she doesn't want anything to do with him. She runs away to hide in the woods with her tribe. So this is what it looks like to Salem. She doesn't want anything to do with them. Salem feels comfortable enough approaching her, and basically she's like a double agent. She's literally been planted in this position that she's in, so that when the actual attack against Salem is evident, is that the word I'm looking for?
Underway.
Yeah, imminent. That's the word I
That's
was
better.
looking for.
That's
Yes,
better.
yeah. When the attack against Salem is imminent, then she's already kind of been in place playing both sides, and Salem doesn't see this betrayal coming. That's kind of my thought on it. She just seems like too shitty of a person to really be that shitty of a person.
That's interesting that you bring that up because I think I have to agree with you on that. Like the whole double agent thing. I think that she actually might just be actually just a really shitty quote shitty person, but she has some sort of other agenda, obviously that maybe us the viewers don't really know yet, but can theorize as we're doing right now. Like obviously, I feel like when the attack does happen, she'll kind of come in and help, even though she'll probably look like she doesn't want to be there or something like that.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, yeah.
Oh my God! I just found something. Sorry. It'll pop up in a minute. I'll let y'all know when.
Sure.
This is great. Woohoo! There was a. People were upset that we didn't have Christmas Weiss. I found Christmas Weiss. She will. There she is. Christmas Weiss.
yay!
Woohoo! I found her. Oh, but it's all fast now. Hold on. Let me fix that.
it is Christmas Weiss. Gotta
And
have a Christmas Weiss if you're gonna have a Christmas Ruby Blake and Yang.
I knew. Yeah,
Yeah.
when I talked to Zelzeka, she didn't have Weiss up yet, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pop in there real quick and see if she has it. And sure enough, there it is. It's
Boom.
awesome. It's so adorable. I love her artwork. It's a lot of fun. But
I think the artwork is one of my favorite things about the fandom.
yeah,
Yeah, I gotta agree with that.
by far.
Like I know everybody gets mad about like all the shipping and stuff like that, but as an arc from the original story, as something else to read, I do enjoy a lot of the stories that come from it.
Mhm.
I don't like it when the fandom tries to push these ships on the actual show. They're fun separate, not as part of the the original show. But
Yeah, they
Sure.
the hard shipping kind of brings a little hindrance to the whole situation, but for the most part, you can dodge the ships pretty easy. You see them coming a mile away. So
Yeah.
just
Dodge the ships.
I mean, there's way too many ships to begin with.
yeah, definitely.
there's a ship for everybody.
Hmm.
Literally.
It's a little insane.
Yeah, yeah. There's yeah ship
Let's
for
not even get
everybody.
into the ships. Let's not even get into that.
Let's not touch ships with 10
That's
foot
a
poles.
whole nother conversation.
Because otherwise,
We
forget about it. We'll never be
all
able to get
night.
off the subject.
Exactly. Sorry I brought it up, guys.
It's on
My
you.
bad. Blame me. It's okay. I'm not always the bad guy.
Well, I mean, if you're just gonna take it like just all the more power to you, you can have the blame because I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
It's like you can dodge the ship, you can't dodge the shippers. They will come after you. They're like,
Wait, like if you dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball?
yeah, yeah. Except except it's opposite. If you can dodge the ship, you ain't dodging the shipper. They'll get you. They're like,
Oh, they get you no matter what.
yeah.
And they're like trying to force you to follow their ship to the end of the earth.
This is my ship, and you will abide
And
by
you
my
will
ship.
like it. Or I will have to kill you for not liking it.
Yeah. Yep.
Basically.
I mean, that's like the problem, like, even when you see a lot of role players for RWBY, it's the same thing. Like, a lot of the people there, they like a specific ship, and if they have one of the characters from the ship and someone else has the other person in the ship, but they don't want to ship those two, they get all up in arms and they start a lot of shit.
Yep. They start
Because
they
I
start
am
a
a
lot
role
of ship.
terrible pun.
Hey, it's 100% Yang approved.
That's what I was gonna say. Yang would love it.
Barbara. Barbara would approve of it too.
Yeah, especially.
Because, like I said, I'm in a lot of different roleplay chats myself, and I see it all the time because I am an admin of like 3 different group chats of RWBY specifically. And whenever a ship doesn't happen that someone wants, all they do is complain. You're like, shut up.
Yeah, just all you can do is just do your best to dodge the ship, and if it happens, it
Dodge the
happens.
ship.
If not, then
Then get over it and move on.
just
Don't hit the iceberg.
hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's all you got.
Exactly.
Don't hit the iceberg. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, definitely.
Yes, that's Kato, Kaya, and Kato. That's one of the ships that we created from our original characters.
What?
Yeah. Funny enough, right? Silence. Oh, jeez.
Well, Marcel said the stream went black. I'm like, what? I'm looking at it. It didn't go black. Don't blame me. I'm looking. Or did I go black? I may.
I think we went black. Like, we see the characters, but that's it.
Oh yeah, no, that was me. Yeah, I
Okay,
moved I moved the screen to fan art.
It's all
My bad.
your fault.
that one's 100% on me. I didn't mean to switch to it. I meant to pop it, and whoops. It happens. We're not gonna talk about it happening.
It's all your fault.
No, yeah, that one's 100% on me. But yeah, oh my god, there's a train. Oh my god, really?
Train.
What?
Sorry.
There's literally a train that goes behind, and right now, shit.
Oh, I hear it. Damn.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm trying to mute my mic in between the horns. Eat that.
Yes.
Okay.
No, that's okay. My mother's
Steal the
doctor's
cargo.
office is right by train tracks, and like every time we go to the pharmacy, it's like right there. I go, train. And
Did you jump
meanwhile,
and steal
Mom's
the
like,
cargo
yes,
afterwards?
Jennifer, train.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the only thing I've done with that train is put shit on the tracks and watch it get crushed. Other than that, nothing. Oh my god, that's so annoying right there. Bloop.
I
But,
don't have any trains near me like I used to when I was a kid.
Yeah, the train tracks used to divide my town in half, and so it was always running through, and it'd make you late because
oh,
it
of
ran through
course.
town about every 30 minutes to an hour.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Oh,
No,
okay.
see, I don't have that. I have nothing but school buses.
Oh, you. Yeah, I live in a small town, so there's school buses and trains. It's just kind of
Nope,
shit
big
everywhere.
town, just lots of school buses.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, so back to the whole Raven thing. So
Yeah.
they brought up Raven brought up that Lionheart was just doing what he has to do to survive.
Well, because
So,
he's afraid.
Right.
but at what point does like at what point does your own survival surpass the survival of thousands of, or potentially millions? Because
Well,
that's essentially Raven is trying to justify what Lionheart is doing could potentially lead to millions of deaths, and she says, "Oh, well, you're just trying to save yourself." I mean, that gives us a huge insight into Raven's thinking that she does
She's
not
very
think.
narcissistic.
Yeah, she's very narcissistic
Right.
and she's very short-term thought. She
Hmm.
doesn't she doesn't understand the long-term consequences of an action.
Like the
And
bigger picture, right?
yeah, and the fact that she's willing to just drop millions of lives just like, oh, well, you're trying to survive, that kind of leads to that kind of leads us to believe that she doesn't really carry a very well or not very well, but a very long term concept of what's going on around her. She seems very ignorant of what she's being a part of. But at
yeah, but
this,
also at the same time, I think that Lionheart is right that Raven is afraid,
Mhm.
but
Oh,
Raven doesn't want
absolutely.
to admit it to others or herself.
Right. No, absolutely. That
Yeah,
has to be. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, that's why I loved what he said at the end of it was who you trying to convince, me or yourself? And it's like
And yourself, yeah.
it's
Because think of it this way, she's in charge of a whole tribe, and she has to show no fear, so that's why she's just going to completely and utterly deny it.
yep,
Facade, basically.
yeah. Whereas Crow leaving the tribe and everything, that leads him that he doesn't have to put on a facade. He's just doing his job. So with him doing his job, whatever it entails, he's just there to hold up and protect people. He chose a very different path from Raven, and it seems the justification we've gotten from Raven on why she has bailed just doesn't seem very substantial. Why she
No.
turned her back on Oz and everybody? It seems like it's
It's
very
literally just a cover story, in my opinion.
that's what I think. Because I mean, all she's saying is, "Well, I found out that he is he's immortal." I'm like, so that mean wouldn't you would want to side with the immortal guy not trying to kill you?
So it's
Yes,
more
but I think
like
what it is because he always ends up failing.
Hmm.
maybe it's that too, but also the fact. Again, this could be like a lie, but she doesn't like the fact that she had to find that out on her own. That wasn't told to her. That it was secrets being kept from her.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, it's like if you're part of something like that, you have to understand the information is given on a need to know basis, and
Yes.
knowing that Ozpin is immortal, in a sense, he's immortal, is a very need to know basis concept because then then it changes how what he says and things he does, how the weight it carries with it, because
But
before we
my
knew Oz was immortal, that fight with Cinder was him giving everything he had. Whereas if someone already knew he was immortal, he's like, oh, whatever. He'll if he wins, he wins. If he doesn't, he'll die and come back. So it
Yeah.
allows him to rally a
Support group.
a better support group than
Yeah,
as if he was just, I'm immortal, ha ha ha.
My question is, does Raven really know that he's immortal?
Yeah.
Does she
Raven
know that
basically said
he?
that Osmond is not who you think he is.
Well, she said that she's
Well, I
seen people come
understand that,
back.
but
So I would assume that
well,
she
this is
must
true.
know
This is true.
because they both Crow and Raven both were given the ability to turn into birds from Osmond himself. So she must know exactly who he is and what he is.
Yeah, because the same conversation he had with Ruby and all of them, he essentially had with Raven and Crow. It just seems like Raven took it more as a backstab, whereas Crow took it as an admission.
Like,
and
this is a good thing.
yeah, and
But
I
what's
don't.
weird is
And can we get back to why them turning into birds are such a bad thing? Like, how is this a bad thing? I don't
Right.
understand it.
I was just about to say something about that too. Like that scene where like Yang was like, "How could you do this? Why would you let?" And then Crow's like, "Yang, we chose this." But the fact that he said we chose this, so that means Raven. At that point, she must have known Osmond is like this interesting being. She chose to be turned to a bird, and also I don't see any downsides to it either. So I'm a little confused about that.
Yeah,
I mean, if you also remember, it was said that they both chose it for power, and then quote unquote Raven got what she wanted. She basically walked away.
To turn to a bird is for power.
That does sound very much like Raven.
Yeah,
Exactly. Think about it. You can get a lot of power turning into a bird. She didn't say what kind of power.
yeah.
Information is power.
Yeah. See,
This is true.
there's this whole. Okay, this is sort of on the same topic. Do y'all think that bird that Ruby smashed into in Volume 1 was Crow? This came up during this.
Yes.
Say that.
I think
Yes.
Birdie knows for Crow. I honestly
He
do.
holds a grudge against her now.
Birdie, no! Birdie, no!
Or maybe it was Raven.
Whatever. Raven barely shows
She
up
would
for her
deserve
own
it.
daughter's near murdering.
One time she shows up, she gets hit by a student.
It's like, you know what? I think I'm gonna check in on my niece.
Could have
Smack.
been only because she said that she could have been watching Yang this whole time from the background. So I think it actually really was Raven, honestly.
Oh man. If they actually use that as a thing into the plot, I'd laugh so hard.
If somehow that gets into the conversation somewhere down the line that Birdie was Crow or Raven, that would be the greatest thing ever. That would be the best throwback. Speaking of throwbacks, back when Ruby said to Oscar, "You'll be combat ready in no time." This
Oh
is
my
just
god, that hurt right in the feels.
This is just a personal opinion.
That
They could have
whole
done that.
episode was
Yeah, that was a really sad episode when it came
to see
back.
Ruby in that state, yeah.
But you saw how much Ruby, in a way, matured.
Yeah.
Just in that episode.
Yeah, what I think this is just personal opinion. Tell me if this sounds stupid or tell me shut the fuck up. But they, if she would have said, "You'll be ready to go in no time," and Oscar said, "Yeah, I'll be combat ready soon,"
oh my god.
That would have been better. In my opinion, that would have been better because then she would have been like, "What?" And then they could have done the facial expression, and she could have been like, "Yeah, that was." Yeah, you'll be combat ready soon, and kind of have just a down, like her heart sinks, and then you can have Oscar go into the and talk to Ozpin and be like, "Did I say something wrong?" And he's like, "You," and then have Ozpin give some sort of word of wisdom that he does.
But I don't think Ozpin knew about Penny and Ruby's friendship.
Yeah, he probably.
I think
did.
outside of their their little crew.
Ozpin knew about a lot of things about what Team Ruby did.
Yeah.
So how would he not know about Penny and Ruby's friendship?
Well, if he knew that, then he would have to have known that Penny was a robot. But he was shocked when he saw that was a machine. So.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't really. He wasn't shocked when he knew it was machine, because when Ironwood walks in, he's like, "I can explain." He's like, you brought your, and he just immediately ignores what he said. And he said, you brought your soldiers here. Do what you need to do with them. Like, the way he had no reaction to what happened with Penny, as if he already knew about Penny. And
This is
Oz,
true, but
Oz being who he
he
is,
also could have been preoccupied with what was going on, and he was like, "Look, I don't even care right now. We need to handle this and move from there."
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Well,
He's
Okay,
like, "You screwed up, but your army's here. Let's do something while we can."
yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I just think that would have played a heavier heart in the moment if it would have just been Oscar trying to be positive for once after a little speech with her. Oscar trying to be positive, like, yeah, I'll be combat ready, and then she'd be like, yeah, thumbs up. Fuck.
I guess it works both ways though, because what we got, it showed that Ruby obviously kind of matured, and you could see that she's in pain and she's holding it in, and
Yeah.
Oscar's the one who's scared. So it was nice to see at least Ruby being like kind of the smaller mentor to somebody else that's new it, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It did build her character pretty well. So, okay, Miso apparently pulled up I assume it's from the wiki. Apparently, what she crashed into, from what we know, it appears. Yeah, however, it appears that a smaller, possibly juvenile species is the birdie. Yeah, it's could have possibly been an Evermore that she crashed
Tiny
into.
Nevermore.
Yeah, that Marcel did. Yeah, she
Baby more.
a baby more.
A baby more.
What did you do? You know what you did, Marcel. Don't play us. You know what you did. God. But yeah, I don't know. That was just a personal thought. If he would have had if he would have said it and she react to it rather than her say it and react to herself. But at the same time, it's what she knows. So.
No, I see what you're saying. I get your mindset towards that. It would have been nice to see that too. I gotta say.
Yeah, it would have just made for a different a different tone, or a heavier tone is what I would have thought. But I don't know. We'll see where that goes. And so also we saw in the most recent episode that Oz and Crow pretty much know that there's something up with Lionheart.
Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, by the way Lionheart was acting, Crow kind of knew something was up right away, and that's why he brought it up to Osmond.
Yeah. So they're obviously going to be expecting something. Are they going to? I don't know. Are they going to be expecting Raven in it by any chance? Like, how's that going to go down? Are we actually going to? Do y'all think we're actually going to see a Raven Crow showdown, or is it Raven going to dodge out of this fight and leave it up to Cinder and her little crew?
Raven's kind of shady, so
I think if that were to happen, and I could see it happening for Raven and Crow to have some sort of like talk at least, maybe not this season, like not this volume, maybe next, because I don't know how they're gonna fit that into this without it feeling a little bit rushed. But clearly, Crow thought it was strange. Yang showed up from Raven's, teleportation thing, so there has to be some sort of confrontation about that.
Yeah. And so, I guess that I don't know. That how that goes down is going to be there's going to be a huge I don't want to say meltdown between the two, but it's going to be like the last chance at if they go down, it's going to be the last chance at Raven and Crow actually being related. I think that if Raven decides to pull her sword on Crow, Crow's going to essentially feel that they're no longer related. Because, I mean, Raven already
feels like they're no longer related in a way.
Yeah.
Whereas Crow still looks at her as his sister, and he still cares for her, but he also knows that she does a bunch of bullshit.
I know it wasn't the last episode, but when we saw Yang and them talking to Raven originally, and how she basically reveals how she knows how Raven's semblance even works. So
Mhm.
obviously she still has some sort of bond with Crow to create a portal to him.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Because obviously she still has one for Ty. She had one for Summer, and she has one for Yang as well.
Yeah.
And
So, I mean,
Vernal? Did I say that right?
Bernal,
She
I
has one
think.
for her too. Vernal, there you go. Thank you. She has one for her too.
yeah.
Yeah.
This was for Null, it was Crow, it was Yang, and is that it? 3 people she has a thing
Tai.
to?
Yeah. Let's see. Tai Yang.
It's
Ty.
only Ty,
Yang.
Crow, and Raven. Ty, Crow, and Yang. That's the only portal she has for people.
Yeah.
Which,
Okay.
if you think about it, that's a really shitty semblance. There's got to be more to it than that.
I mean, so far that's all we know about it. She only said that he explained it to her, but that's all that they were
Yeah.
willing to give out for information for her
Well,
semblance.
Yeah.
what I saw a theory on Raven and Crow was it's really good. Essentially their semblances are exact opposites. Crow's semblance works in a way where he can't be around his family, otherwise he risks their lives. Whereas Raven's
I
semblance
saw that.
allows her to be with her family at any time, and
Oh.
she chooses not to be. So
Oh my
Crow
god.
wants to have a family and be with his family, but him being around puts them
Oh
in
man.
danger. And Raven can be with any part of her family at any time, and she chooses to outcast herself or outcast everybody from
Well,
her
for her family is the tribe,
as the tribe.
not Yang
Right.
and Tai and that.
Yeah. And so for
That's
her,
not fair.
and so essentially it puts them at exact opposites. The longer Crow stays around certain people, the larger risk they have at being hurt, whereas Raven can literally see anybody that she cares for. And
And she doesn't care for hardly anyone but
anybody but
herself.
that tribe, and even in the tribe, her care for the tribe is you get one chance. After that, you're SOL.
Yeah.
She doesn't. Whenever someone brings up the point like she cares for her tribe, it's like she cares for her tribe as much as she cares for Yang. I think she just chose the tribe over the the more civilized life, quote unquote, just due to the fact that she has a she took what Ozpin said extremely hard for whatever stupid ass reason, and she just doesn't want to have the responsibility
No,
because
but she'd rather
being
have the responsibility of looking after an entire tribe.
well, the entire tribe though, if you live by the rule that you get one chance, if
It's a
someone dies, they die, but you don't. They're not someone that you gave birth to, people, someone that you fell in love with, people that
yeah.
you grew up. To her, that tribe is essentially subordinates. They take orders, they
Yeah.
do orders, they bring her fucking tea, and they leave.
It's a power thing.
Yeah,
That's what it is. She's a person of power. She is a military leader, essentially.
yeah,
And that's the way she runs it. Is she is the end all to end all. Her word is all that really matters. And if you go against it, well, sucks to be you. Bye.
yeah,
I mean, you're easily disposable.
yeah.
Yep.
And I gotta say, can I say one thing real quick
Yeah, go ahead.
about the? So actually, if you guys remember, back in Volume 4, the first time where you see Crow and Raven talk, when Crow goes up to the table he pulls out the chair to sit down. He looks at Raven, and she like goes, "Ugh," and he moves the masks out of the way. I don't know if that was meant to be like a little subtle hint that mask does something, or like the helmet that she puts on, or she's just moving it out of the way, like to be fine. I don't know, for him to sit down. Do you guys remember that
The
scene?
masks seem to be very, very relevant.
Absolutely.
Because remember, she didn't even want to go out and talk to Cinder until she had her mask. And it wasn't until they had struck a deal that she even removed her mask.
Yeah.
So there's
That's
something
true.
very important about it.
Kind of hides, since not everyone knows really. I guess what she looks like besides those that already know her. I guess it's just to kind of hide how she looks until she's sure that she can reveal her true self. I guess I don't know.
I mean, it could be. I mean, every she's had that. She had that mask in the little picture from whenever it's what the hell is her team name now? Stark.
Stark.
Yeah, yeah. In that, she still had it then. So I mean, it's been around since she was in Beacon. So I mean,
Can I say something
Wearing
really
it in that
funny?
picture.
yeah.
When I first read their team name, I did not read it as Stark. I read it as Stroke.
Everyone did.
That explains
And
a
until
lot.
that was corrected, I was like, "That's a really odd team name." And then somebody corrected me. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, that is not so odd."
But
So
That's weird. But yeah, and it seems that that was when someone brought up the way the semblances are exact. The how it affects Crow and Raven differently, and it's what the other one wants essentially. Where Raven doesn't want anybody but her. Uh, where Crow semblance is a very selfish semblance, where it just brings bad luck to everybody around him, and hers is a semblance that allows her to be very helpful in several different ways, and they just wanted the exact opposite. And so
and they're twins, right?
I think so, weren't
I
they?
think so. Yeah.
I'm about
That makes sense for because I've seen a lot of the stuff talking back about when they when they were actually students and that they actually I think she said it that they were twins. But that would make sense that their semblances would be kind of joined in a way, even if it's polar opposites.
Mhm.
I mean, a lot of times twins are exactly that. They're polar opposites.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel if they're together, what it is that they cancel each other out. Like, if, his bad luck is canceled out by whatever her semblance actually is. Well, we know what it is, but you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think it's just opening portals. There's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, a lot of people did seem like her semblance was very lackluster, and so when people were like, "Really, that was it?" I was kind of the same way, and then someone brought up the opposites theory between her and Crow, and I was like, "That actually makes a lot of sense." So, I mean, even if it is, it creates a very interesting dynamic between the two.
Yeah.
Well, they had an interesting dynamic to begin with.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, Miso brings up a really good point. What if Summer and Crow went on the last mission together and his semblance got her killed? Ooh.
I've heard that theory before.
It's interesting theory. Just throw that out there.
There was a
I mean, we
campfire
really don't know
more.
the mission and what happened, so it's possible.
Yeah.
He mentioned on the campfire
Speaking on
involved
that,
more.
Did he?
Yeah, I mean, because well, he briefly said when he was explaining his semblance and he was upset that it's kind of hard. What he said, he was like, "But it's hard on friends and family." And he looks at RWBY and says, "And family."
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it does kind of throw that out there. That would explain why he typically works alone.
Yeah.
Why you don't see him with the team much anymore. And so, but
Speaking of Summer, did you guys see the theory about the relic possibly being buried with Summer?
yeah,
And
I saw that.
And that's why it is so hard for Salem to be able to find.
Mhm.
Because that's where I was waiting for us to come with theories on the whole relic.
Well, technically, they never said they found Summer's body. They never really said if there was a body or not.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
I must have missed that.
Yeah, nobody was ever found, but what if like they buried it at her tombstone? Like they put the tombstone there. They could have put it under the tombstone, and just the tombstone is now a marker.
Yeah.
of where the relic's at.
True.
It's just a thought, they could be there. But yeah, her
But
body was
I
never found.
highly
So.
doubt that, because if Crow said the relic was hidden where no one will find it and it's hidden really well, I don't think it's there.
I mean, not many
I
people
think
are
it
going to go
has
digging
something to do
graves
with.
up.
I was personally thinking that it might have something to do with Pyrrha.
Pyrrha.
Yes.
In what sense?
Don't ask me how.
Oh,
I'm not quite sure, but it seemed to me it's very odd. Ozpin knew that Salem was trying to hijack the Maiden's powers. He chose Pyrrha to hold said powers for. Well, we were hoping so that Cinder couldn't get it, but Cinder stopped in the middle of that. But I think that there's something in there that was very relevant, because he would know that it's time to probably move the relic just in case. Is just a thought. Like I said, I don't have a lot of hard facts to really back it up, but it's one of those oddities that just kind of makes your brain twitch.
Yeah.
Does that
right.
make sense?
Oh my
Because
god,
it
my
goes
brain's
back to the whole why Pyrrha. I know you guys have seen those theories. Why was Pyrrha? Why did he choose Pyrrha?
Well,
Of course,
I figured they chose Pyrrha because she had the biggest, or she was the most skilled fighter. I mean, she had already won tournaments, all over, and she had her face on the front of a cereal box. She was so famous and so.
well, that was one of the theories that I read. Why would they choose her? Because the maidens typically go into hiding so that they can't be found. Why choose somebody so famous?
Yeah, I do see what you're saying there, but they did
That's a good
see
point.
that when there was someone not as skilled in a fight, she got
Yeah.
wrecked. And so they might be like, all right, if Pyrrha disappears, I mean, also not to mention Pyrrha uses her semblance in a way that it keeps it very hidden. So they could
This is
have
true.
given her, give her the power, and she might not even ever use it because she uses it in such a nonchalant, discreet way that you would never know. So she could,
Huh.
if she was that prevalent with her semblance, there's no, she could have been the maiden and no one would have ever known. She still would have been the face everywhere.
This is true.
That's a good point.
And I mean, for her to be able to stand her ground against a maiden on her own the way she did with Cinder, that was there's no one. I mean, Cinder straight up killed Oz, and so I mean that puts her nearly on par with Oz in terms of base fighting skill. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, she fought Cinder after Cinder just got beat down left and right by Oz, so I mean you can account that, but the fact that she was able to fight her at that level is miraculous, especially for a first year student.
We don't even know
I
how
just
old she is. By the way, sorry, yeah. Just
She's 14, I thought, 14 or 15.
Cinder?
Oh, Cinder. Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry.
Cinder.
Yeah, Cinder. No idea, and we don't know what Cinder's actual semblance is. She might not even have one. She might just be like, meh.
No, if you remember when she fought RWBY in Volume 2, she fought with glass.
She did.
I thought the fight
And same
of
thing in episode
glass.
1.
Well, when she fought her though, she already had part of the.
Yeah, but I don't think
Maiden's
controlling glass
powers.
is part of the maiden's ability.
Well, no. If heat was, and if you superheat sand, you can turn it into glass. And so what she did was superheat the dust, turn it into glass shards that exploded.
Hmm.
True.
Okay. So I mean, yeah.
Because that was that's just kind of what I saw with that was just the dust acts. We've seen the dust sort of act similar to glass. The way it pulls out in gems and things like that. So I mean, it's potential that you can melt it down into glass shards if you have the right mixture.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's still potential that we don't know what the hell her semblance is, or maybe Oh yeah, Ruby. Yeah, Marcel actually just said Ruby wasn't. Ruby said that the glass wasn't part of her semblance. Like,
She didn't think it was. Yeah.
yeah, Ruby said I didn't think that was her semblance. So
True, she did say that.
Mm.
So then it's really actually hard to say.
yeah, I mean she's very skilled with a bow and arrow. Could have something to do with reaction times or things like that. So
That's true.
because I mean she nailed the hell out of her in the back and nailed Pyrrha right in the ankle, in the Achilles. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. And then, okay, so Tai Yang and all of the professions, everything from the first 3 volumes. You think we're going to see any of them in this next, or in the Attack of Haven? You think they're going to find a way to get any sort of communication out to them? Because they said communication in Beacon is still down and spotty. So I mean,
to be honest, I kind of feel that scene again. Going back to Volume 4, that scene where the Oobleck and Port were at Tai Yang's house.
Yeah,
I think that was honestly also for the fans watching, like, oh, they're okay, you can see them, and then
yeah,
I don't think we're gonna see them again for a long time. Just based on the fact that they were there at the house and we got to see them, I don't know if we're gonna see them again soon.
Yeah.
And do you guys think that all the other hunters and huntresses that Crow has been trying to find are in hiding or actually dead?
I think that Cinder hunted and murdered them out of all of them.
I agree. I think that they've been killed.
You think that Cinder was the one that?
Well, I mean, we know Salem isn't leaving her little castle in hell. So, I mean, she's obviously sent Cinder out after Cinder or any of her other lackeys. But if I had to guess, it may have been Cinder in her last little. Well, actually, Cinder's been all derpy and shit, trying to get her balls back. So.
See, I like what Kato asked, where's Glinda? Well, they're not going to have Glinda back until they get a voice actress for her.
Oh, what happened with that? I forgot to ask.
They fired the voice actress, I believe.
Did they really?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I think that's what happened, because I think she said something on Twitter or something like that, and it got into a huge argument, and they let her go.
Wow.
What?
I remember seeing something about that.
I'm gonna look that up. I can't even. No way.
That's some shit.
I think it's about Rooster Teeth's president's wife.
Huh.
Oh.
Wow.
It's something like that. I can't remember exactly. Because I read this like a month ago.
Yeah, now you got me curious, but someone here will find us that information, I hope, because now I'm curious, because that's huh.
Because I'm sure if that was the case, we probably would have seen more of Glinda after the fall of Beacon.
I mean, that's true. I mean, we saw her just a little bit at the fall of Beacon, but that was about it.
And we saw like a video of her on the news starting to fix everything, but we didn't hear her talk or anything.
That's true.
That's kind of a bummer if that's really what happened.
But that's all I know about that.
She was also the voice of Tex.
Oh, she was Tex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
That explains so much.
I knew I recognized her voice from somewhere.
Yeah, Glinda is Tex. Fun fact.
Wow.
Yeah. Now you maybe didn't know that. Now we know. I didn't know that either. She's all I can find is that she was a production manager. That's it. Was.
I'm finding like little old.
She left the company in 2013.
I think she still came in to record lines, even if she wasn't in the company. No.
Yeah, I think so.
Clearly.
Interesting.
Well, I can't find much. Not enough information.
Her gamer tag is one and only Tex. That's great.
That's amazing.
That is the best ever. The one and only Tex. That's what we look at.
You know that on a little side note, that actually explains a little bit. In Red vs. Blue, her voice was different recently, so that explains why how she's gone. But this isn't Red vs. Blue, so
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty interesting, though. I mean, if that's really what went down, that's kind of a bummer because.
well,
I mean, it is what it is. We'll get another. We'll get another Glinda one day, maybe.
one day.
And hopefully she'll play her just as well.
Or they could just bring back Tex and make Tex play Glinda. But I mean, whatever.
Text play Glinda.
I mean, that's what the. No.
Yeah, Marcelo's right. Kara left as well, but so did
Voice lines.
Aaron.
This
But
show-
Aaron still voices Blake.
Mhm.
True, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I mean, we may see it come back. So we'll see. Maybe if there was some trash talking, someone will, learn from the most recent RWBY episode and forgive, and get the hell over it, and give us back our Glinda.
Petition.
Penguin, Orlando, I disagree with you about Weiss's goddess. It's all about Yang.
Ooh, no, you are both
Burn.
very, very mistaken.
Oh yeah.
It
Oh,
is. Yeah. Yeah. It is the pancake goddess for life. You do
Nora.
not disrespect the Nora.
The Nora.
She will
man.
whack you.
She
She'll
is.
break your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. She break your legs.
Let's break his legs.
Orlando,
I had that
you are
as
not
my,
the king of puns.
I had that as my notification for so long, and so I would be like in a public place, and my phone would go, "Let's break his legs," and everybody's like,
Uh-oh.
My alarm clock is actually Nora going, "Wake up, lazy bum," like the whole thing from season 1.
Oh my god,
Oh
yes,
my
that's
gosh.
true.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
I love it.
I had the one where
Yes,
she's just
Orlando.
going around. I had it on loop where she just keeps going, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, whenever she's bugging Rin.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have that. It's morning, it's morning. I'm like, oh my god. No.
It's morning.
I played in public once, and honestly, that was a little embarrassing. But I'd still use it.
You can always tell who. I used to have the Metal Gear alert theme. You could always tell who's played Metal Gear because they'll hear that and you'll see like 8 people look up and start looking around. You're like, those are the people I need in my life. And then, so this most recent episode, we saw the fight.
"Sorry."
We saw
Yes, sir.
Gira be a monster.
Yeah.
Oh, Gear was like awesome.
Yeah, he was kicking ass and taking names. That was great. Throwing people around. Yes.
Oh, what else would you expect from him?
Yeah, exactly. But finally, we see the whole menagerie get behind them in this pursuit. So
Well, because they saw what happened.
yeah. So are we? Is it still up in the air? Are we or are we not going to see the reunion of Team RWBY this season?
It might
I
just
think
happen.
it's a little more plausible based upon what just happened in the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, look at the beginning of every episode. It shows them all 4 together.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that leads me to think that they will get back together. I just don't think it's going to be until almost right at the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're pulling up on the end of the season. We got 4 episodes left, I believe.
I think it'll be the last couple episodes that
Yeah.
they'll end up being together.
Yeah, because they stated that the attack on Haven begins in 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
And there's not a episode coming out this week, right? Because of Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
no,
no
I
episode
don't think
this week.
there
It
is.
doesn't come back until next week.
Oh, I forgot about that. Damn it. All right.
So,
At
next
least
Friday's
it's not like
podcast.
the World of Remnant.
Are they doing a World of Remnant?
Not that I'm aware of.
No.
I don't think so.
That's usually something they do on the side, and then whenever they take an off week, they'll drop a remnant. But also, we haven't seen a Was there any remnants in Volume 4?
Yes, there were, I think.
There were?
Yeah, because Crow voiced him, I think.
God, I don't remember.
Or am I still thinking of season 3?
That might have been. No. Yeah, I think you're right. There was someone 4. Wow, I forgot.
I don't even remember.
Damn.
I don't either.
Yeah, usually they have a remnant whenever there's a bot, or whenever they take a off week. So kind of surprised that there's not going to be a remnant. There's no remnant. So, but
we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see where they take it from there. And
Looking for your presents? No.
I mean, honestly, I like that the world of remnants are informative, but it just annoys the hell out of me because you're like, they're not doing an episode for the week, and you're like, no, go away.
And they're short too. They're like 3 minutes or something.
Yeah,
I know, and you're like, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah, which is why actually last year, right before Christmas, they dropped the Crow Tyrion fight, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. You're right.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was because they were like, guess what, we got something, and then they posted the quick thing on Facebook that like a short snippet of their fight, and so they might be trying to pull a fast one on us, and they might drop something. I'm not saying they will, not by a long shot, but it's potential.
I mean, if they've done it in the past, it's possible that they'll do it again, but there's really no way to tell.
Yeah.
You can't always go based upon what they did in the past.
Well, sometimes they talk, they put a little notification on the Rooster Teeth website themselves, like maybe Carrie or something will put something out.
Yeah.
They didn't this time.
No, so I don't think that they're going to do anything special. I think that they're just going to probably not put anything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because, I mean, last time they were like... But last time they announced it, like, the week before, like, just a few days before they dropped that episode, so... Potential's there. Probably not going to happen, but potential does exist. And then... Yeah. And so with the whole...
Just a warning, guys. My daughter's up. I'm beating her, so if you hear her cry and I can't mute in time, you'll know why.
Alright.
That's cool.
But... So what? So we saw the fight. We saw her. The attack on Haven. If it does happen this season, it's gonna start either next episode or the episode after. Because
or what could happen if you think about it, it could also be the very last episode and leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yep, or they could cliffhanger it, which nobody wants the cliffhanger. Everybody's scared of the damn cliffhanger.
I swear to God, they cliffhanger. I am going to Rooster Teeth myself and throwing a grenade at the building. Also a couple.
Here's a Molotov. Y'all can have this.
Be careful what you say on the internet.
Be sure to take the fire out first and then drink it.
Say what?
So a Molotov cocktail. Take the fire off and then drink it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Badass.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I mean, we have plans. I'm kidding. We don't have plans.
Exactly,
I'm kidding. We don't have plans. Don't take down this video.
Dang.
Praise the YouTube gods.
No, I could never do it. I love Rooster Teeth too much. I couldn't do it.
No, they're.
Oh yeah.
My favorite's Barbara, the pun master.
We haven't got a Yang puns this volume, have we? This season.
Don't put it past her.
Really serious. She's been really serious this episode.
Just don't put it past her, though. Don't put it past her.
I mean, we haven't got one. We
throw it out.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about it.
Well, Yang is still having her own issues from the whole attack at Beacon, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But how much do you want to bet once they finally meet Blake, once they kind of settle down, she'll say pun. She will.
Yeah.
I think what it'll take
How do you think she's going to react to Ilya and all of that?
Well, she didn't really know Ilya to begin with, if I remember. I don't think I saw the Blake character short, unfortunately. So basically, it's hard to say.
I know, but she's really defensive of her friends, and it's going to come out that Ilya tried to kill Blake and her whole family. So
So I
Yeah.
think at first Yang will probably get a little mad about it, but when she sees that Ilya's there to finally do some good, she'll be like, I'm still keeping my eye on you. You
Mhm.
fuck up,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to just kill you.
Yeah.
Like a
That's
gangster
probably
mafia
what's
boss.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely a very significant squabble that's going to happen if
Yeah.
that
But I
comes to
think
light with
first,
Yang around.
but I think first what's gonna happen is she's gonna get into a major argument with Blake about leaving because you can see she holds some hatred like she does to her mother about leaving.
Yeah. And it seems like she got close. It seems like Yang really got closure with Raven whenever she met her. She realized, like, holy fuck, you're a piece of shit. I'm out. Let
But
me
at the
go.
same time, she sees that her mother wasn't lying at the same time once she
Yeah.
talks to Osmond and that.
Yeah, but
I was
you
really
can
surprised
see.
that she wasn't more conflicted and just like leaving her mom. Like she is extremely loyal to Ruby.
Hmm.
Well, because
Yeah.
Ruby
It's
is
amazing.
basically her everything. Think of it this way: Yang pretty much raised Ruby because Ty went to an emotional breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Because Yang said she had to be the one to pick up the pieces
Right.
after
This is
Summer
true.
died.
This is true.
And so, I mean,
So
that
that's why
leaves.
Ruby is
So
a lot of the
Ruby's
way she
like,
is.
yeah, Ruby's kind of like her daughter in a way as well as her sister.
Mhm.
Exactly. It's a little bit of both, actually, because if it wasn't for Yang, who knows how Ruby would have turned out, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good
because you
point.
got Uncle Crow, who's a drunk, a funny drunk and an asshole,
Listen,
but
he
a
is not
drunk.
a drunk. He is a very selective drinker.
He's a selective
Sure.
And
drunk.
the fact that he selects nothing besides alcohol.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll go with that. He's a functioning alcoholic. We can say that. How's that?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Yep. Good
Yeah.
idea.
Well, I can go. I can live with that. Functioning alcoholic. Yeah.
But who knows how Ruby would have turned out if it was just Crow that basically raised Yang and Ruby.
I
Yang
think
picked
we
up
would
the
have a
pieces and
more
took care of
drunk
Ruby.
Ruby.
Well, to be fair, Ruby's kind of like Crow, not drunk already. No.
Yeah.
Well, her love of her sight, I think was nurtured by Crow there. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the cape
That,
too.
well,
Yep.
I don't know about the cape, to be perfectly honest. It could have been a gift that her mother gave, that Summer gave her before she left.
Oh,
Like
that's
a
okay. That's a
blanket.
good point.
It
Like a blanket or
could
something.
have been her baby blanket.
Mhm. So it's like a security blanket for her, like how a child it could be their pacifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're my daughter and it's just your thumb.
Whatever
Sure.
works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, I don't complain. But because then don't forget you got you also got Zwei too. How her love for Zwei. It's possible that maybe that Zwei was a gift from Crow for Yang and Ruby,
Hmm.
feeling bad that he was always on a mission and Ty was always teaching at Signal.
Yeah.
Could be.
So, I mean, there's a lot of things that could be going on here, but we don't know much about because they don't want to tell us everything just yet.
Ooh, okay, so Penguin just brought up a theory. So
Ah, crap.
when when Yang and Ruby go looking for Raven and when they're real young,
Mm-hmm.
they
Oh
get
yeah, I
attacked
remember that.
they get attacked by Grimm and Crow saves the day. Well, he brings up, what if that was actually Crow's semblance that got the Grimm there? Because he
Whoa, it's
shows
hard
up
to
right
say.
before they attack. That means he's there.
Yeah, it's possible, but
Yeah.
at the same time, you also wonder if was Raven there too because she knows a little bit about it, unless Crow told her about it, told him about it. Raven, I don't know. I'm confusing myself here.
But they might have just like went on a random trek somewhere. Like they found a clue, but I doubt it would have been that simple to find Raven.
Well,
Like,
she
you know what
found
I mean?
she found that
Oh.
picture of the
Oh!
house, and so she started running to go try to find
Oh
that
no!
house.
Don't touch it!
No.
Jesus Christ! I'm sorry, she spit up
Oh gosh, that's not right.
all over
Oh
my
no.
carpet.
Oh, not the carpet.
Oh no.
Not the carpet.
Oh.
This is
And I'm
why you
yelling
can't
at the
have
dog
nice
to
things.
not. I'm not yelling. I'm yelling at the dog to. Yeah,
You're not yelling at the baby. You're yelling at the dog.
The dog.
yelling at the dog.
At the dog.
Baby more.
The dog that acts like a nanny to my daughter.
Oh no.
That's gross. That is so gross. Oh God, no.
But yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I kind of agree with Marcel that the Grimm were there, but Crow doesn't have
You
the
can't
teleport
play-
abilities that Raven does. So I mean, Crow had to be within Yang's general vicinity.
Well, I mean,
I
he
saw
was
a
probably
theory.
looking for them.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
You
saw
can't
a
always
theory,
blame every
actually,
bad thing that happens
about
on
that.
Cleveland.
we will blame all bad things that happen around Crow on Crow. Now that his semblance
Well,
is infect, we know.
Here's the theory that I actually saw. Forget where I saw it or read it or heard it. Where actually Raven was watching them. She sees the Grimm and instead of helping, she goes and uses her semblance to get Crow and goes, "Now get the fuck down there and help them." Pretty much.
That
And
makes
you're like,
complete sense.
and you're sitting there going, wouldn't it just been easier if you went down yourself and killed them and then just flew away?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just me.
But would she care enough, though? In all
Yeah.
honesty.
yeah, that
Not
becomes.
the dog's tail.
S-
No,
uh,
no, no.
Yeah, Kato brings up when Raven saves Zang's on the train, she opens a portal to leave. Did she leave to tie or Crow? I think she left to what's her face, the maiden that stays
Vernal.
at her village. Yeah,
Vernal.
Vernal.
Probably.
Vernal.
Yeah, I think she just left to Vernal to. It's like she went to Yang and then deuced back to Vernal. I don't
Yeah.
think she bothered to go to Tyre Crow.
Well-
But then, at the same time, how did she know that Yang was about to get stabbed? Like,
That's,
She
like
seems
there
to
might
know
be
just a little too much.
Well, that might be
Yeah.
something linked to her semblance as well. She might be able to sense what's going on. Excuse me, sense what's going on with the people she's linked to.
Possible. You know, it's also, if you think about it, it's funny because if you look at the people notice if you look at Neo's necklace that she has on, it's just like Raven. So is it possible that she belonged to the tribe at one point?
there's a whole thing about that. People are saying that that's just like an animation error, or like they
I
choose the
think
same
it's
exact
just-
prompt.
I mean,
But
I
I've
agree.
also-
I don't know.
I've also seen a lot of people question why did Neo seem to recognize Raven when she saw her. There seemed to be a look of recognition there of who she was.
Yeah, she kind of
So,
backed out with
there
a
is
very significant look of fear on her face. Not very.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, granted, it'd be pretty terrifying to watch someone walk out of literally nothing and just pull a big ass sword out on you.
Yeah.
So, I
That's
mean,
a good point.
if someone just walks out, I mean, I would just, like,
Headphones.
no, I ain't fighting that. I'm out later. Excuse me. But, all right, we are going on an hour and 20 minutes. So we're going to start to roll
Wow,
the...
really?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes pretty quick.
Fast.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Whoa.
You don't even realize it. Yeah. Or, let's see. Yeah, we're moving pretty quick. But, real quick, I wanted to give a special shout out to Zilzeka for letting us use her fantastic Christmas artwork this week. It is awesome, very cheery, very good for the mood. And you know what? Let me get a link to her thing right here. And she actually does a lot of these ones. I posted the link in the Twitch chat, and I'll be posting a link in the YouTube description as well, so it'll be there.
Cool.
Yeah, I wanted to give a whole thing and put her name up and everything because this is really cheery artwork. It's really nice, especially after this really down and depressing thing that RWBY's been for the past full season.
Sting.
And so, but want to give her special thanks for letting us use it. And she actually says she might come stop by the stream one day. So if we get her,
That'd
that'd
be
be
cool.
awesome. And so, and just to let everybody know, there's a slight tweak on how the selection process is working. So I'm just gonna say it right here, just to try to clear it out for anybody that's here. If you tell me you want into the next podcast, your name will be entered in the drawing once. If you show up for the previous week's podcast, your name gets entered in twice. And if you volunteer as a backup for it, your name will get entered a third time. And the way we had it before was the first two people that volunteered were guaranteed a slot, but felt that that kind of put people that weren't online at 10:01 right after the selection kind of it didn't leave room for more people to have a chance in it. So so only one of the volunteers will be guaranteed. One of the volunteer backups will be guaranteed a slot from now on, and two people will be selected at random. Because originally it was both volunteers were guaranteed a slot, which means because when you the volunteer is a first come first serve basis, and so you could volunteer at 10:01 right after I announced who was selected. So if you just didn't have a chance to be on, well then you got kind of screwed out of it. So we're tweaking how that works so that more people have a chance, and so hopefully we get more people in. I already have quite a few people that are looking to be in for next week. Monday at 10 a.m. or not 10 a.m. 10 p.m. I'll be announcing it. Monday is Christmas, so just get back to me on Tuesday and let me know if you're going to be available. If you want to be in, be sure to let me know. And if you're at this podcast, be sure to let me know. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy Hanukkah,
Merry
Kwanzaa,
Christmas.
whatever you
Merry
celebrate.
Christmas, everyone.
Happy holidays.
Yep.
Happy
Happy
holidays.
solstice.
Enjoy yourselves.
Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your family. Have a great and wonderful weekend. And you all have fun.
All
Yes, enjoy the
right. We'll
food.
talk at you later.